What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfire's. Super exciting times to be a Marvel fan as we get closer and closer to what should be a huge announcement coming in November. Marvel Studios, as I've said, has maintained one huge announcement for their slate and upcoming projects every year, even including COVID. Yep, last year in December, that was a huge slate announcement. While it was at the end of the year, it was a 2020 announcement. 2019, we had San Diego Comic-Con. 2021 has yet to come. In November for Disney Plus Day, we suspect, as they've just recently announced, we're going to see a ton of the upcoming slate, brand new announcements, and now from a brand new industry insider source, we have a rumor that the Fantastic Four announcement is right around the corner. We're going to break who this source is, if we can trust them, what exactly they said about an upcoming announcement for the Fantastic Four, and when we might be able to anticipate actually hearing who the actors are. Will it finally be John Krasinski and Emily Blunt for Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic? We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content here at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from the anonymous 4chan plot leak and industry insider reports and rumors like we're covering today, all the way to the official Easter egg trailers, breakdowns, and recaps. So if that sort of thing is for you, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button, leaving a comment down below. If you do, that'll automatically enter you to win all the giveaways here at the channel, which there are many, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all those again there. So normally when we issue the spoiler warning at the channel, it's twofold. The first of which I tell you guys not to take anything that doesn't come directly from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt. The second of which, make sure to manage your expectations. If this is going to ruin any of the future projects for you, only you know that, and back out now. Now, while today's news won't do that, the first part of that spoiler warning definitely applies when it comes to industry insiders, especially anonymous ones like today's the main middleman. They have sources that hopefully they've vetted, but usually we can't tell if any of these rumors and or reports are true until they actually happen, and we can vet them ourselves in that way. Also, quick side note, that's why I started an exclusives playlist here on my own channel for when I have sources that I vetted that come up with information. Today's rumor and or report comes from the main middleman on Twitter, none more famous than Roger Wardell when it comes to Twitter leakers, who was able to be confirmed 6 months later, leaking out a ton about Avengers Endgame. This apparently the main middleman's same MO. He has broke a ton of stuff about the upcoming Marvel phases and some upcoming projects, but we won't know if it's true until it actually happens. This is what he tweeted about the Fantastic Four. Quote, "Well, if I'm right, by the end of the year, we'll know more about the Fantastic Four. Not later than the middle of next year. Even if they say no, we're close to finding out the names. Any solid info about it, I will update you." And he's been filling in a ton of details about upcoming projects. Again, we just have to play the wait and see game to see if there's any validity to this. But as I mentioned in the prologue, we have a huge announcement coming from Marvel and Disney on November 12th. They've even said we're going to get a look at the future of the MCU and projects. Now, while it is Disney Plus Day, as I mentioned, they've always included the films with their announcements. Even when we got the San Diego Comic-Con 2019 original announcement for Disney Plus, films were included in that. And last year, when they did that Investors Day meeting, talked mostly about Disney Plus projects, films were also included in that. They've also used those opportunities to announce huge casting announcements. Yes, San Diego Comic-Con was a little bit different than last year's Investors Day meeting, bringing out the entire Eternal squad and announcing a ton of new castings for WandaVision, Blade, etc. But you can imagine the casting for the Fantastic Four is going to make huge news and be one of the first huge announcements for the franchise. Whenever that happens, and whomever that is, Marvel Studios and Disney will want to make a major press day out of that. And so looking towards November 12th, it might be natural conclusion to say, hey, maybe we're getting that announcement there, but not so fast. I'm not sure they're going to announce the cast for the Fantastic Four on November, or that we're even going to get those kind of trailers. I'll be happy with a Spider-Man No Way Home trailer before that date. I'll also be happy with maybe a trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, maybe a couple of early looks at She-Hulk, maybe Moon Knight, maybe even Secret Invasion. But what I will say, and could be sort of exciting, is that there's been heavy rumors of the Fantastic Four showing up in other Marvel properties, namely Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And if that's the case, then even before their own release, which still could be 2024 at this point, then a casting announcement would make sense sooner than later. However, I just feel like there's too much Marvel Studios has already put in to pre-production. Again, things I just mentioned, things they've been filming on like Wakanda Forever. Getting looks at those films would probably be more of a priority considering where they are in the release slate. But if the Fantastic Four are going to show up in the MCU before their own film, then they're going to need to be cast. One thing I will say and mention is that the Hollywood trades, like Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, they usually nail this stuff and very early. And it's pretty simple to understand why. All the agents and actors, Hollywood is very small. They all talk to each other, and it only takes 1 degree of separation before somebody's contract isn't on the line. So if someone's agent speaks to another, that's how they end up getting to the trades. We haven't heard anything in any way about casting for the Fantastic Four in quite a while, outside of the rumor of Jennifer Lawrence being attached to Visible Woman, which turned out to be a rumor a couple of days later. Thank God. Either way, whenever they do finally make this casting, it's going to be huge news. But outside of them showing up in a future property in the next couple of years in the MCU, outside of their own release, which could still be 2024 at this point, even if they are far along in pre-production, films take a while. 2023 may still be too soon, making this 2021 casting announcement alongside the Disney days just way too early and a ludicrous expectation. So expecting things, maybe a first look at Secret Invasion or something like that would be awesome. More likely clips from upcoming Disney Plus shows like Hawkeye. That's way more reasonable. But for now, we can just hope and dream that they cast who we want as the Fantastic Four, namely John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. But guys, let me know all the thoughts down below. Who do you want to see in which roles? And if it were up to you, where would the Fantastic Four show up first if they haven't already in the MCU? An Easter egg video for a different day indeed. But I'm curious, who's your dream casting? Is it John Krasinski and Emily Blunt? If not them, because we've heard a couple of times Emily Blunt may not be interested, who indeed would you cast in the roles? And quickly, let's get into all the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we're still giving away 2 PlayStation 5s, one of which at 900,000 subscribers, which we are headlong into, should hit by month end, probably by November 1st. We're also giving one away in just a couple of weeks with the conclusion of What If, weekly Disney Plus subscriptions, tickets to go see the film. So if you want to be entered for any of the giveaways, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me over on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires, with the 2 tracks that you heard in the background of this video and some other songs as well. I'd really appreciate you checking that out. But in the meantime, thank you for checking this channel out and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.